The following organizations have provided funding for this Into the Outdoors television series.
I cannot wait to try these out. I mean, what a great find.
Yeah, we're gonna catch a whole boatload of fish for sure. It's Grandpa.
Oh.
Hi, Grandpa.
Well, if it isn't my two favorite grandchildren. I hear you found my lucky fishing rods.
Yeah, Gramps. We're going out to fish with Uncle John today, and we hope you don't mind if we use them.
How about this? I've been craving for some nice, juicy walleye fillets. If I let you use the fishing rods, you will both promise to bring dinner for your old Gramps.
But, Grandpa, we're just small fry. We don't know anything about walleye fishing.
Don't worry. He'll tell you all the secrets you need to reel in a nice catch.
Oh, there's Uncle John right now.
Oh, hey.
Okay, Gramps, we promise.
Good luck, you two.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Oh, man, I have never seen a walleye in my life. Have you? I hear they're hard to catch.
No, but I think we'll be up to our eyes in walleye soon. Come on, I'll race you.
Oh, hey, how about you come with us?
Yeah, come on.
Last one there is a smelly fish.
Grab your gear and let's explore as we discover the wild outdoors. Science, discovery, it's what we do. You can make our Earth a bright and better place by joining us in this wide open space. Into the outdoors.
Hi, we're so excited to get started.
Good, I'm glad you guys are here. The fish are biting, so let's get going.
Do we have permission to come aboard, Captain?
Come aboard.
Thank you.
All right, let's motor.
Oh, hold on. Safety first. You gotta put your life jacket on.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You too, gentlemen. Zip up and buckle up. You gotta have your flotation device in case anything were to happen. All right.
I'm ready to go.
All right, let's go.
Hey, fish on, right here. All right, here you go. Our gentlemen, put this hand here. So keep that rod tip up. That
Please be a
means-
walleye. Please be a walleye.
Uh-huh.
Walleye, please come to us.
Nice and slow and steady. Okay, guys, we got another one on right here. Jack, there you go. Put this hand right there. Nice and steady and slow, reel them in.
I think they call this a double, Jack.
Yeah.
Keep them coming.
All right, let's go. Come on. Come here, little fishy.
There's a good fish. Yep, and he's off in the net.
We caught one.
Get the
Walleye.
net under him. All right. Now
Yeah.
that's what you call a fire drill and a double, and we got a mess.
Yeah.
Fishing is definitely fun, but catching is a lot more fun.
Yeah. Huge mouth.
I know. Look at these
Jeez.
razor sharp teeth, too.
Yikes.
Let's put you in the live well.
Yeah.
He looks happier already.
Our very first walleye. Grandpa's gonna be stoked. I guess his fishing rod stole some lucky juju in them after all.
I don't know if it was all luck. I mean, the marine biologist in me is saying that we must have done something right. So we need to figure out more tricks to catch more of these walleye.
Yeah.
You don't need tricks, you need common sense. Fish where the fish are. Use your electronics, look at the weather, look at the watercolor, the different kinds of lures, and that's what you need to do.
Yeah, but you've got every single color of the rainbow for these bait. How will a beginner even know where to start?
Well, what you do is you try to match the hatch. That's what everyone does. There's a lot of perch in this system, obviously the gobies, so we've got some colors to mimic the perch. We've got a lot of colors to mimic the gobies, and we're fishing in different parts of the water column to try to catch them.
Ah. Biomimicry. That's pretty cool science. We're learning about that in school. But Uncle John, how do we even find the fish? It's like 100 square miles of water out here.
Basically, what I do is I use these very fancy electronics to get me started, but over the years, in 30 years of experience, lets me understand the historic migration of the walleye. They start out in the spring spawning, they move out of the rivers into the lake. And this screen here is my side image that I have, and obviously it goes 100 feet to the left and 100 to the right, and so we're constantly looking for fish outside of the boat, and there's actually a fish right there going by.
Oh, I think I get it now. The first rule in fishing is probably trying to find the fish.
Yeah.
And that varies on the water depth and the temperature and the type of bait we use, right?
That is correct, and hopefully we can dial that in by moving around a little bit and using our electronics.
Let's dial up these electronics and zero in on these fish. You can run, but you can't hide. I see a couple.
Oh, do you see how big that one is? Do you see how big that is?
Gosh!
Hold on, get ready. We're gonna get one soon.
Okay. Oh, hey, fish on. Jack, this one's yours. Right under him. There we go.
Yeah!
That is a beauty. Nice fish.
And Stoner to Captain, we have bogeys on the right side.
Okay.
Come on, let's do this. Grandpa's gonna be so proud.
Imagine the big dinner we're gonna have as soon as you bring them home.
Perfect day to go fishing.
This fish is a beauty.
Caught a really good one, Jack.
Thanks.
Don't go away. There's more Into the Outdoors.
Find more science smarts at intotheoutdoors.org.
And now back into the outdoors.
Now I'm gonna take you to my second secret spot. We're gonna troll right up all the way along here. Dingy water, warmer water, more bait fish, more walleyes, hopefully.
Wow, look at these school of fish right here. You know what that means? Da-dun, 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 da-dun. Ah!
Fish on, get the rod. Take it right out of the holder. There you go, perfect.
Oh, I can feel him tugging.
Yep, turn your rod out a little bit. There you go. That's what tires the fish out. Ooh, easy. See him out there? He's on the surface.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, wow.
Nice and easy.
Get him in the net, Jack.
Awesome, that's a dandy.
Now that's how you catch a walleye.
Yeah.
You are going to be tasty. Walleyes are members of the perch family if you study biology. They spawn in the spring, as we've learned, and then they migrate toward many rivers and even the lakes here. Their populations have boomed in recent years. But unfortunately for walleye, they can be some of the most tasty fish that you can ever have in a restaurant. Hey, Uncle John, it looks like the flag is down, and I think it's moving.
Yeah, fish on, fish on. Perfect, nice and slow and steady. You guys are getting the hang of it now.
Okay, it's time for Planner Board 101, so make sure you're paying attention.
Maybe take some notes.
So here we have the yellow plastic, and on the other side, we have this foam, which keeps it buoyant. And it's a wedge shape so that it resists the water and it can stay where it is. And then we also have this thing that will pull the flag down. And when it goes down,
Fish on!
that's how you know that you've caught a fish. You can make your own at home, so make sure you try to gather some supplies, and you can even use some of your recycles.
Let's go catch some more walleye.
My knuckles are turning white.
Nice job.
Oh, look at that guy.
Another beauty. Saginaw Bay has the best eating walleyes in the world.
My grandpa's gonna find out. I can tell you that much.
I'm ready. I am hungry. Bring it on.
You know, if you look over my shoulder right now, we have 3 bad boy lines that are ready to catch some fish, and on the other side we have 3 more. You know, I think we're probably covering around 150 feet. That's a lot. I mean, if we only had 1 line, we'd probably only cover about 6 inches. So more lines equals more fish.
Hey, one's on this one. Can I get it?
Yeah, grab it, grab it.
Come here, little fishy.
Oh, Uncle John, do you see it?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh, wow.
Okay, stop reeling there, Jack. Steady, under him. Ah, you got him.
Yay!
Awesome job.
Oh my gosh.
That is a dandy. Perfect eating size.
Yeah.
Huh?
And there's the white tip tail on the end.
Yep. Big feature of the walleye is the white tip on the tail.
I think the winds are changing, Uncle John. Do you think that'll affect the fishing?
Absolutely. I think with a little more wind, we're definitely going to get some more bites.
Wait a second. Why would wind be so important to the walleye if they can't even see it? They're down there in the lake.
Because what happens is it stirs up the surface and it breaks up the light a little bit and it gets the fish active.
Oh. All these light refractions break up the light almost like a prism.
The windier it is and the more refraction you have, the easier it is to trick the fish. We've got one on.
Huh?
Gentleman, right there, rod number 2.
Okay.
Okay, get him out. Take your time. Yeah, that's a really good fish. Okay, slow down a little bit. Move out to the side a little more. There you go.
Whoa.
Dandy.
That is a big walleye.
Nice. Nice fish. Jack, here, there's one on this rod too. We got a double. Okay.
Oh, we got a
Pandemonium.
double. This is walleye mayhem.
Steady and
There's too
slow.
much going
and
on
we got
here.
a third one on over here.
Oh, come on.
We have a third
Oh,
one?
that's a real big fish, so take your time. Oh, it's a largemouth bass.
Oh. Yeah. We got a bass?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at this largemouth bass beauty.
And we've got another fish on over here. That rod, number 2.
Number 2?
Yep, that one. Grab it, gentlemen. He's under the boat right over here. Okay. Okay, stop reeling. Kind of lift him. Drop your rod tip right there. He's in the net.
Wow. I'm really starting to believe in planer boards and trolling.
Definitely. This is what walleye fishing is all about. Up top.
Good
Yeah.
job. Here's some more walleye to come.
Yeah.
Don't go away. There's more Into the Outdoors.
Find more science smarts at intotheoutdoors.org.
And now back into the outdoors.
As you can tell, we are clearly hooked on becoming official walleye anglers. So before continuing our fishing adventure, we've decided to increase our walleye smarts by visiting our local fisheries biologist.
I think my net is all set and ready to go.
You think that's a net? This is a net.
Well, we're ready to become fish biologists now.
Well, you know, nets are pretty low-tech gear. Let's talk about something a little bit higher up the food chain. So this piece of equipment is one of the oldest pieces of equipment used in limnology. What do you guys think this is for?
Looks like it might be used for hypnotism.
Could be.
Maybe.
Well, yesterday when you were walleye fishing, what was one of the main things you noticed about those fish?
They're not really much of a fighter.
What about their anatomy? Something around their head?
Teeth.
Teeth, what else?
Their gills?
How about their eyes? They have really big eyes, called the tapetum lucidum. So they are visual predators for the most part, and their eyesight is very important. So being that their eyesight is very important, water clarity is important to walleye. So the Secchi disc allows us to have a gauge of how clear or turbid water is. So this piece of equipment is actually lowered down into the water. As it gets lower in the water column, the black and the white will become less distinctive. And that gives you an idea or something to record about how turbid the water is or how good water clarity you have where you are.
You know, this biology stuff is really cool. I want to go down under and see what else I can find.
While this piece of equipment is for rent and it would make one heck of a Halloween costume, that's not what it's used for. So this is called a Hess sampler. So you have the netting on both sides, which allows current to flow through. So you face this up into the current, you give it a good shake to kind of disturb anything that's on the bottom, any rock, cobble, or stone. As water flows through, anything that's picked up off those rocks flows through. It's collected here at the end. This screws off here, and you can dump your samples into a pan for identification and counting and see what kind of microorganisms you have in your site you're on.
All of this itty-bitty stuff is cool, but we're here for the walleye.
Well, you have to remember that these itty-bitty organisms, as you call them, form the base of the food web. And when that base of the food web is disturbed, it affects everything above it. It's not just walleye. So you have to understand that they're part of a food web. They're at the top. They're one of the apex predators here in the Great Lakes. But there are other things that are very important to their survival and into how well they do. And those will occur at the lower levels of the food web, from your primary producers that are kind of fueled by the nutrients that come into the system, up to your zooplankton, and then prey fish from there that are then fed on by your larger fish. So if something's not right or correct at lower levels of the food web, there are issues with the entire ecosystem, and that will trickle up to people and also the terrestrial ecosystem also.
So those little things are more important than you think. When you want some fish, who are you gonna call? Fish Busters!
Oh my goodness, what are you doing? One of the main rules of science is never to touch a piece of equipment if you don't know what it is.
Oh.
This, my man, is a backpack shocker. This is not a proton pack, so back off, man. I'm a scientist. This is actually used to shock fish. You don't want to ever touch this button here, because if you touch it, you can have, Don't worry, there's no battery in it. I'm sorry about that, but I just want to give you an example of the type of things that can happen when you mess with equipment that you're not familiar with. So this is used to generate a current that's transmitted into the water through the electrode here. So as you walk, it's generating a current, you're just wanding. And what happens is, as this passes by a fish, a current's emitted, it actually gives them a jolt, sends them in a level 4 sedation, they're immobile, you can just walk right on up and net them. You know, take your measurements, take scale samples, do what you're gonna do to kind of take a look at their biology. You put them in an oxygenated tank for their recovery. After a while, when they regain equilibrium, which means they're able to sit upright on their own, then you then can release them back into the stream. There's no harm, no foul. They're no worse for the wear. They're in just as good a shape as they were if you handled them properly before they took that shot.
You got something with a little less electricity?
Some of the coolest work that's being done now in the Great Lakes is acoustic telemetry. So this is a V7 transmitter. This is surgically implanted into the body cavity of a fish, a juvenile walleye, maybe 6 to 10 inches long. They're let go. This will actually send out a 69 kilohertz signal. It's called pinging, and that will help give you an idea of location. So what happens is that ping will be picked up by several receivers, and then that fish's location can be triangulated between those 3 receivers. So this is cutting edge technology, which is really opening the eyes of scientists as to how far, not just walleye, but sturgeon, muskie, different types of fish in the Great Lakes really travel throughout the year.
This is like stuff you see in a James Bond movie.
I hope my parents don't implant one of these in me. I don't want to get tracked wherever I go.
Who knew fish biology could be so cool? It gives you the skills to grow in your environmental awareness and your fishing abilities.
If you want to impress the socks off your fishing buddies, contact a fisheries biologist near you, like we did.
Or you can school all your friends by checking out the neat aquatic education resources at kidsfishing.us.
Don't go away. There's more Into the Outdoors.
Find more science smarts at intotheoutdoors.org.
And now back into the outdoors.
So we're in the city for good reason. The walleyes are migrating out of the river, and I'm gonna make you guys walleye wizards with a lot of new techniques.
You know, when you combine cities and rivers and lots of people, it creates an awesome opportunity for family fishing. What fun!
Hey, enough jibber jabber. Let's go catch these babies.
You see how I'm jerking the rod up and down a little bit? That's called jigging. You know, this experience is a little bit different from yesterday because I have a more intimate feeling with the fish. Hey, Jack.
Yeah?
Why don't we keep track of all of the species we catch out here today?
Okay.
Then maybe afterward we can do some research on this river's ecosystem.
All right.
Nice and steady.
So, what did I catch?
This is a sheephead.
Okay.
This is the freshwater drum. It is not the prize of a walleye fisherman, but it makes for a lot of fun.
That's not a bad name.
No, it's not.
Bye, sheephead. Bye.
As you guys have seen, jigging takes a little finesse. So we're gonna change it up a little bit, and we're gonna do some live bait rigging. So we're gonna use a single hook, and we're gonna thread a night crawler on there, and we're gonna pull that along the bottom. So that sinker will be dragging along and the live bait back there will be swirling around, and it should be very effective.
Hey, you hear that, little guys? Your time's a-coming.
Oh, I'm gonna need help here.
Nah, you don't need help. You can do it.
You can do
Come
it.
on.
Come on, Jack.
Yep, you got a good one.
Oh, I almost got it. Oh,
Giant cat.
there you go. Oh,
Nice fish.
oh my gosh.
That's a dandy.
Oh my gosh.
Holy cow.
We got a big one. It's
No,
not
it
a
is.
walleye, but
That is not a walleye. That is a channel catfish. This fish is a bottom feeder, and it actually cleans up the lakes and rivers.
you can tell that he's a cat because he's got kitty whiskers.
This is about a 7-pound cat.
You're a
And
big
Wow.
guy.
He is plump.
All right, little guy, let's put you back.
You know, releasing this catfish really got us thinking. What would happen to this ecosystem if we harvested as many fish as we wanted? We could really upset the balance of the ecosystem and decrease our fish populations drastically. But by following rules and regulations, we're able to sustainably harvest our fish and protect the health of the environment. That's a win-win. Way cool.
Okay, guys, I got a new technique for you. So what we're doing now is we're pulling lead core, and with this lead core line, there's a nylon line here, and it has lead in it, and it gets to the bottom quick, and it's very effective in river fishing. So this should produce some fish. All right, fish on.
Huh, there's one?
Right there, gentlemen. Get them. Keep your rod out to the side.
You know, Uncle John, I think this is a walleye because
I
I
think
don't
it is,
really
too.
feel any tension in the rod.
Yeah, he's not really bucking you too hard, is he?
Not really. There he is.
Nice one.
Wow.
Awesome. Look at that.
Beauty.
And we'll put him in the live well.
Alrighty, in there he goes.
All these different techniques and equipment are used for targeting specific species. Like, I don't know, catching a walleye.
Yeah, and this last technique led you to that walleye.
Oh, lead, really? You're so funny.
After celebrating our first catch of the day and wrangling in a few more walleye, we are eager to head home and share some nutritious fish with Grandpa.
I'm gonna go right down this side of the spine, and I'm gonna slide the knife on the top of the spine all the way through, and that is a fillet. And then you can skin that fillet and take the skin off of it, or you can leave the skin on it and clean it, and you can grill it just like that.
Grandpa's gonna be so excited when he gets these. Thanks for everything, Uncle John.
Thank you.
To be able to bring some fresh fish home to my grandpa is an awesome feeling because you just get this sense of accomplishment, and it also ensures that everything was natural and that it was very fresh.
I learned a lot of stuff about Uncle John. He's nice, he's fun, and most of all, he's got really good fishing skills that I never knew he had.
When I reeled in my first fish, oh my goodness, it's like my heart just jumped to my brain. It was just having a party up there.
The thing that's probably changed me the most is just spending some quality time with my family. Then I can get closer, and then when times get tough, they'll be there for me.
I hope that your fishing experiences will be just as fun, if not even more exciting, although I don't know how that's possible, as the one that I got to have with you.
Into the outdoors, now what you waiting for? Into the outdoors, it's fun when we explore. Science, discovery, it's way too cool. You can make our Earth a brighter, better place by joining us in this wide open space. Into the outdoors.
The following organizations have provided funding for this Into the Outdoors television series.